Hope you guys are ready for another episode of Double D's in your face. That's right.
And here we are, folks, for that special segment that is simply known as Double D's in your face, where we answer questions that have come in from inquiring minds, fans of the show, or may not even be fans of the show, just people that simply hate us and simply want to ask us questions anyway.
Yes, but they're too dumb to live without our knowledge, so they need it. Yes.
There you go.
Jim McChecken, question for Don. Have you always had bulldogs, or have you had any other breeds maybe when you used to hunt? I hope you get to go back hunting soon.
I hope we can go back hunting soon. But I've had mastiffs. I had English mastiffs and bull mastiffs and bulldogs. And growing up, my parents had a German Shepherd and a Dachshund. You know, they were fun. They were fun. Yep. I think when I was a kid, I had a mutt one time too.
I think everybody, growing up probably had the almighty mutt,
Yep.
Do you remember what that mutt's name was?
Captain.
Captain. Look at there. Still remember that.
This is English Bulldog is my favorite breed, though.
What about you, Dan? You an animal person?
No, I'm just an animal. That's all.
You're beast enough.
Almost housebroken, but I still have to lay the newspapers down. Every now and then.
Yeah, we have to ask Lori.
No, it's growing up, I've had, there were always dogs on the farm, but I've never really had my own dog. I know I will somewhere down the road, but I have to be a little bit more stationary because I still travel just a little bit too much. So maybe in another, 10 years, maybe something like that, I might, actually get that dog, sit on the porch and as watch him as he goes, oh, and I'll be right there going, I hear you. I'm just gonna sit here on the porch, just bark too.
Well, you get a dog now because when you get an electric car, you're gonna have to stop every couple hours to charge it up. You're not gonna be able to go all day long driving. You got to go 250 miles. And you're gonna have to charge it for 4 hours. 250 miles, charge it for 4 hours.
Wow, you just took all the fun out of travel for me.
Yes, I did. No, not me. It's illustrious Biden, the Nazi.
Okay, moving along.
Well, this is a question from Jim as well. This one's for Dan. Seeing you were a farm boy. Were you green or red? What machines did you grow up driving? We use David Brown and Case machines here in Scotland. So I guess.
Scotland.
Yeah.
Well, I'm from the big green machine, John Deere. I mean, we had John Deere. Had a couple of John Deere tractors, and then we had an Alice Chamber. That would have been the newest tractor, but did we ever have a new tractor? No. They were simply just all I'll say, hand-me-downs or stuff that my dad would buy at various auctions. And then we simply had to keep repairing everything. I learned how to weld at a very young age, not through a school system, but being taught by my father.
Speaking of tractors, the big and medium-sized tractor around the corner here.
Yeah.
I want to bring, that tractor I have in my yard. I want to bring it over there in the middle of the night and leave it. That way you daddy, mama, and baby.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Just leave it.
They also have that dinosaur in their yard.
Yeah. We'll just drop off that tractor.
Here you go.
Wait to see if they put up a sign for thank you or something like that, but it'll be going, where the fuck did this thing come from?
Yeah,
did they really do that? In the middle of the night?
They made another one?
Whoa. It's skelly.
All right, well, you kind of already answered this one, Don, earlier, from Chris Stanley. It says to both of you, I've always wondered if fighters get any residuals for the millions of reruns off YouTube and other videos.
Not a penny, buddy. Not a fucking penny.
Nada. Big zero.
And I blame the agent I had, or the two I had in Japan, pieces of shit. Apparently they stole $1 million from me. Fucking garbage.
From what?
From me.
But like from like just a fight?
Yeah,
One
from the
like
Shamrock
one fight?
The Shamrock fight.
Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least you won the fight.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm like Mr. Severn. I'd rather have lost the fight and had the money.
$2 million, yeah. I think that buys a whole lot of new friends, though. That's
Exactly.
Just since we're talking about the Shamrock fight, Don, would you have ever tapped from that? I mean, would you ever tap, or would you just like get knocked out or have him break your leg or something?
Well, again, at the position that Don was in, he was never going to get punched in the face.
Yeah, knocked out.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, I know you're not gonna just. I don't know. I just don't think you have that in you to tap, and like, and it showed in that Shamrock fight. Like any other person would have tapped out with that hold, and you sat there like you could barely walk after that.
And I again, you answered the question. When Don contacted me to help him get into the UFC, I knew he would fare well. He's a competitor, and he doesn't know the word quit. So, to answer your question, Don would have let Shamrock snap his leg in 2-3 different spots and would have simply been sneered at him and go, "Is that all you got, you pussy?" You know?
Well, I'm just glad you remembered me, Mr. Severn.
Yeah. There you go.
That's what I asked him. I said, "Hey, Dan, this is Don Frye. Remember me?"
Of course.
He says, "Yeah." I said, "Can you get me in on this UFC stuff?" He said, "Sure." And that's when the fights with no pay started.
He was testing you.
He was testing me. If you're dumb enough to go out there and fight for free, well, then you might have a chance.
It was actually, I mean, like I said, it's a wild, wild west, and it just, you did not know some of these things that you walked into, because it was what was supposed to happen did not always happen.
Right.
You had to be I don't even know what word I'm looking for. A little bit slapdaffy.
Redundant?
No.
Resourceful?
Yeah, something.
Repetitive?
Yeah, no, not repetitive. Yeah.
Redum?
We'll go with that resourceful aspect there. Okay. All right.
Redum-dum?
All right, this one's for Dan from Scott Y.
Again?
Why, Scott? Why?
Yep.
Okay.
Dan, I recently saw you in a blockbuster movie called Rudy. You stole the show. What other movies have you appeared in?
And the underwear and the jockstrap.
He liked that little that little Carrie Cousteau movement that I was doing back across there with El Snow.
And then did you let the makeup artist put makeup on you?
Well, it's kind of like I had a shiny nose that day. Have that football helmet, you can't have a shiny nose. So yeah, I think I was actually at the food truck more than anything.
I bet. The cater. What is it? Craft service? Craft service.
Yeah.
And this one's also from Scott Y. To both of you. If Royce Gracie ever met Tank Abbott inside the ring in the 90s, who do you think would win?
I think it probably would have been Royce. He probably would have did the same thing Inoki did, to Ali. But no, maybe Tank. I guess, and Ali didn't know how to fight on the ground. And Tank would go down there and punch the shit out of him. So I think Tank would have broke his jaw. Would have broke Royce's jaw.
Well, again, I would give, because Royce would have had to have got to some type of clinch, and Tank showed enough savvy that he could hit a sprawl, and do a few different things. So I think it would have been interesting. But Tank did possess a great deal of power. I mean, he it shows him doing a 600-pound bench press. Right. He had a track record of. Ever before getting into the UFC, he had a track record through Huntington Beach of being banned at quite a few different bars because of getting into brawls. And so, that would have been an interesting thing to see. And, you know, Tank had the size to go with it there as well.
You know, I don't think it would have been early on. I think it would have been in Tank's second or third year in the UFC. You know, that first,
as he learned more.
Yeah, that first year in the UFC, nobody knew what the fuck to expect.
Exactly.
It was set up for Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. You know? And then once everybody started catching on, this guy, you know, started catching on. You know, what the hell? What the hell in the handbasket for the Gracies?
All right, another fighter comparison. This one's from Wade Wilson. Who do you think would win if they fought in their primes? Brock Lesnar or Francis Ngannou?
Brock.
Again, I
Any
really
reason
haven't
why?
watched. What's that?
The reason why you think that?
Because he knows wrestling. You know, I mean, Francis is a hell of a boxer, but he concentrates too much on boxing, and he has a little bit of groundwork, but not enough to fight off somebody like Brock.
Yeah, see, again, because you said the word in his prime, I'm thinking like what the guy knows is just, I mean, he is a champion right now. You know, how is the guy? I mean, it's.
I don't know.
But again, I'm trying to look at this because I agree with a lot of things that Don is saying. I mean,
You agree with everything I say.
well, not quite everything,
Hey,
but you know,
attack.
okay, I'll say most, but
Attack. I'm kidding.
Quit.
Yeah.
I know.
Good girl.
Yeah.
Good girl.
But it's you know, you have to have both games going for you. But if you had to be,
girl, down.
if you had to be a one-trick pony,
He's 35.
I mean, he's still young enough. I mean, he
got a
could
couple
do well.
years left, yeah.
So it's Brock had a lot of different things going for him. I mean, he was a very successful collegiate wrestler. You know, then he jumped into the UFC, and just I guess the one thing that I don't like is the fact that when he did test positive on different things, there were no repercussions.
Right.
When the UFC came up with this rules and they applied to everybody except, somebody who's making a nice draw card for them, a nice pay for that's what it gets. You cheapen yourself and you cheapen the company. That's how I look at it there. I think it just cheapened things.
Well, who was it that he beat?
Way to beating the
Samoan kid. I can't think of his name right now.
yeah, I know. I got his picture in my mind right now.
Shit.
And he even launched a lawsuit.
Yeah, he should.
But no, it's the guy was a strong Samoan. They had a very strong stand-up.
Mark Hunt. Was it Mark Hunt?
Yes, you're right, Mark Hunt.
Yeah, Mark Hunt. I mean, and Mark Hunt's great. I love Mark Hunt. But he got hosed. He got hosed by the company. Because they let Brock skate on that, like you said.
And I get that. That's where Mark he got totally screwed over and should not have to. He shouldn't have to pay. I mean, he stood up for what was right. And that's some of the things that you hold against the company. When you come up with your rules and regulations and then you allow people to get a free pass, that's wrong. It's just wrong.
Thank you for watching another episode of
Double D's in your face.
You better like, subscribe, and share, or I'm going to come to your house.